Welcome, crypto fam, to the number one daily Bitcoin pod. Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Bitcoin still in the green, maintaining above 91 Gs, 100K in play. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as well as breaking news. MicroStrategy's $26 billion Bitcoin reserve surpasses IBM and Nike's cash holdings. Also, breaking news, Elon Musk just recommended Bitcoiner Howard Lutnick as U.S. Treasury. Note, he has hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Let's go. We'll also be discussing there is a global race underway for the biddy, according to Anthony Pompliano, as well as another U.S. listed firm adopts Bitcoin as a treasury asset. We'll also be discussing no apology can undo the damage Gary Gensler has caused, according to Tyler Winklevoss. We'll also be discussing a $100,000 Bitcoin incoming, according to MicroStrategy co-founder, the one and only Mikey Saylor. I'll be sharing his timeline. We'll also be discussing 1,600% Bitcoin explosion incoming in the bull scenario, according to ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood. I'll be explaining why. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. If you're new to the stream, important to smash the likes and go ahead and subscribe. I discovered 40% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel. I can't figure that one out. Hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode 1820. I'm your host, JV. Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. It's November 16th, 2024. Bitcoin holding on to 91,000. Maybe 91 is the new 69. Let's go. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. The entire market is lit like a Christmas tree, including Bitcoin, Ether, XRP leading the pack today. Multi-year breakout we haven't seen from XRP in years, up 33%. It always pumps last alongside XLM. So when the rest of the market's done pumping, they usually, do what it do. So yeah, $1.20, new local high for the XRP hodlers. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're above a 3.06 trillion market cap, which is ultimately all-time high season. And there's 177 billion worth volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance was 60% yesterday, pulled back a little today, currently 58.9%. Ether dominance not doing so great, all the way down to 12.5%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, holy moly, Stellar Lumens up 50% on the day, Quant up 36%. It's like a little alt rally going on. And XRP up 33%. Let me know which alt, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. And checking out the crypto bubbles. This is on the daily, virtually the entire market in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, very similar scenario. And checking out the crypto green and fair index, the highest we went this week was 88. Today we're in 86 in extreme greed. The higher this number goes, more likely of a pullback. Yesterday was an 80, last week a 75, and last month is 71 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, we're currently 179,390 blocks away from the next halving in 2028. We're currently on block number 870,610. And today you can exchange $1 for less than 1,100 sats. 1,099 to be exact. Before you know it, that'll be under 1,000. And before you know it, it'll be under 500, under a hundo. And you already know Bitcoin going to continue to do what it does best because it is number go up technology. So there you go. So yeah, let's break this baby down. Bitcoin breakout or a black swan, 90,000 Bitcoin price lacks gold stocks high. That's right. Bitcoin may have tapped 93.5, the current all-time high, and gained nearly 50% in Q4. Thus far, we're still early. But against many macro assets, the Bitcoin price breakout has yet to happen. Franzen notes the S&P and the NASDAQ remain unbeaten by the biddy. Something also true for the NYSE FANG Plus Tech Stock Index in gold. Quoting the analyst here, just a matter of when, not if. He predicted. Let's bring it. And while the dollar records have since fallen over and over, Bitcoin is still working on setting a new all-time high across the macro asset spectrum. But I do remind you, earlier in the week, the Bitcoin market cap surpassed that of silver, as well as the largest oil company in the world, Saudi Aramco, out of the Middle East. So Bitcoin's making big moves as the market cap continues to soar to new all-time highs. And Charles Edwards, a Capriola Investments founder and quantitative Bitcoin digital asset fund, forecasted a rapid repricing now that the Bitcoin had broken out. Subsequently, he shared a long-term chart of gold's own breakout in the 2000s after spending 20 years below the previous all-time high from 1980. Could it be a deja vu moment? Let me know. And in dramatic alternative take, a popular but increasingly infamous Bitcoin trader is now implying a crash across risk assets is now due. I don't know about all that. I think it can go either way. We may get a correction. We soared literally like $30,000 in the past 30 days, like an average of $1,000 a day every day. So it's very possible, but you never know because we're in price discovery. We may just continue to go up forever, Laura. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. And we have the infamous bear, Capo return and suggesting he expected a black swan. Not surprised. I mean, he's pretty much the Garrett Soloway of technical analysis. Remember for how long he was calling Bitcoin retracing to 12,000? Well, that ain't going to happen, family. Very, very unlikely, but quoting him nonetheless. If we take our highs at 93.8 in a clear impulsive move that breaks 100, then 72 and below is likely gone until the next bear market. If we instead sweep our highs and fail to produce a final fifth subwave, then it implies this move was indeed corrective. It makes the odds of us retesting 70-72 at least exponentially higher. Now for some breaking news and some interesting insights before I pull up the live charts. Ash Crypto shared Trump won just 10 days ago and he's already making crypto great again. Bitcoin went from 69,000 to 93 G's. Gary Gensler's resigning. You're fired, Gary. 18 states are suing the US SEC and Gary Gensler for being unfair to the crypto industry. The U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is progressing. Thank you, Cynthia Lummis. And the U.S. state of Pennsylvania is aiming to invest into Bitcoin 10%, as I shared breaking news in yesterday's pod. 10 more states are likely to follow in the footsteps of Pennsylvania and adopt a biddy. Bitcoin to 200 G's plus this bull run looks more and more possible now. I couldn't agree more. Things couldn't be more bullish. In another breaking news, MicroStrategy is now worth $26 billion in Bitcoin as they surpass IBM and Nike. Cash holdings, Bitcoin, just do it. And quoting Vivek here, Elon Musk just recommended Bitcoiner Howard Lutnick as U.S. Treasury for the United States. He has hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin. You already know, Super Bull right there, billionaire. So we couldn't be more bullish right now across the markets. And checking out some of the live charts, we'll pull up here via TradingView. And welcome again, everyone just joining us. JV live and in the flesh. This is the 1 hour chart. We do have some bullishness. We do have a blue target, which will take us above 105,000. This is on the hourly. So the chart's very bullish. Next leg up, incoming 100K, the next logical target, clearly. Checking out the 4 hour. We'll get some different looks. This is brought to you via TradingView via Coinbase, the largest exchange here in the States. You can see the 4 hour chart overall extremely bullish as well. And zooming out from there, we'll check out the daily, and then we'll check out the weekly. The daily shows us lots of bullish momentum, no particular targets at this current moment. But if we go to the weekly, I'm pretty confident we'll still have that cup and handle target. Yep, in the red, sitting at roughly 124,000. And this is on the weekly time frame. You can see the past couple of weeks where it's starting to print the Godzilla candles. I love to see it. Omega candle incoming, God candle, send it. Let's get it. And checking out the 1 month, get a perspective here on Q4. Big Moonvember green candle closing. Last month was green. The month before, September, was green, but itty bitty green compared to what we're witnessing thus far in November. And we're only, halfway through Q4. So expect more bullishness right around the corner. But let me know your thoughts, family. What the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. I do have a live poll up. Let's discuss the latest from Anthony Pompliano, my Italiano brother here. Let's go, Paisano. So yeah, asset manager investor Pompliano recently stated the global Bitcoin arms race between sovereign nations and governments have already started. An appearance on Yahoo Finance, Pompliano argued that the market participants believe that Trump will keep his campaign promises. I agree. And establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Let me know if you agree. And that doing so would be in the best interest of the U.S. 100% to prevent being front run by the other countries. Quoting Pompliano, there is a global race for Bitcoin going on right now. Whether you're a local, state, or federal government official, you should be figuring out how to get as much Bitcoin onto the balance sheet as possible. This is not like gold, where we can just dig up more of it out of the ground. That's right. There's a finite limited supply, unlike gold. The pro-Bitcoin asset manager explained that the race to adopt the biddy is primarily driven by the currency devaluation, and noted the U.S. residents lost approximately 25% of their purchasing power over the last 5 years. That's inflation for you. The dollar is becoming weaker and weaker. The biddy becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And during the interview, Pompliano noted Bhutan and El Salvador accumulating the biddy have an advantage of being smaller players that lack the same downside risks as global powers like the U.S. However, despite the added risk of being a global economic hegemon, am I pronouncing that right? The downside risk of the United States investing in Bitcoin remains relatively low. Quoting Pompliano in his argument, the national debt increased by $850 billion in the last 90 days. If we were to try to put that same $850 billion into the biddy, that is about half of the current market cap. So we're talking about $50 to $100 billion. Small rounding errors when it comes to the government spending. And I think that is well worth the risk reward. And did you see also breaking news today? Allegedly, there was Pentagon like $850 billion like unaccounted for. Did you guys see that? I'm not shocked, but at the same time, it's messed up. The same pattern of adopting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset is also playing out domestically. Shout out Jimmy Petronis, Florida's chief financial officer, pushing for the state pension fund to allocate some of his portfolio into Bitcoin. We're witnessing game theory here with the states. More recently, in November, Pennsylvania lawmakers introduced a Bitcoin strategic reserve bill, which we've covered here in the pod a few times. If passed, the bill would allow Pennsylvania State Treasury to maintain 10% of its assets and the supply capped digital currency, just a matter of time before all the states, all the nations, all the smart money adopts the biddy. So very exciting times we're living in, fam. But anyways, next story of the day, discussing treasury for the biddy. Another U.S. listed firm adopts the biddy as a treasury reserve asset. We're talking about Solidion, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, technology, leading provider of advanced battery material, announced significant strategic allocation into the biddy within its corporate treasury. This move positions Solidion alongside other prominent U.S. companies such as MicroStrategy, Tesla, Block, Semler Scientific, Coinbase, Riot Platform, and Marathon Digital Holdings, all of which have integrated the biddy into their treasury strategies. That's right. In a press release dated November 14th, so this was 2 days ago, Solidion Tech detailed the decision to allocate a substantial portion of its excess cash reserves into Bitcoin. The company plans to commit 60% of any excess operational cash to Bitcoin purchases, convert interest earnings from money market accounts into the biddy, and designate a portion of the future capital raises for the long-term Bitcoin acquisitions. Hashtag winning. Now, Vlad Pratincic, I know I'm butchering that one, the CFO of the company, says, "We believe strongly in Bitcoin's transformative potential for the financial system, and we see our allocation as both a secure store of value and a compelling investment." He further emphasized the impact of the recent regulatory developments, noting with the SEC's recent approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, which took place here in the States January 11th, we've already seen significant steps towards institutional acceptance. You're damn right. We call it institutional FOMO like a mofo. And additionally, we anticipate Bitcoin's next evolution will be widespread adoption as the reserve asset by both sovereign nations, amen, and corporations, creating a substantial value of the long-term upside potential for the biddy as it gains further global acceptance. Now, Solidion's core business remains focused on developing and commercializing high-capacity silicon anode materials, including non-silane gas and graphene-enhanced versions of automakers and energy storage apps. It's like speaking a foreign language there, but anyways, it's tech. The company boasts an extensive portfolio of over 550 patents, good Lord, covering innovations in advanced battery technologies. Maybe it's the future of batteries. According to the press release, the decision to incorporate the biddy into the Treasury Reserve aligns with the broader trend for the corporate adoption driven by the Bitcoin reputation as digital gold and its potential as an inflation hedge. The election of the Trump admin has further cemented the decision. Send it for the Trump pump. Quoting them here, the recent election results have brought significant attention to the biddy. With a new administration known for its pro-Bitcoin stance and support for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, the potential for favorable regulatory framework, increased institutional adoption, highlighted by the recent wave of the Bitcoin ETFs, underscores the Bitcoin value position and makes it ideal asset for the corporate treasury seeking inflation resistant stores of value. Yes, I'm caffeinated today, family. I just had some coffee. But anyways, we have other companies like the Japanese version of MicroStrategy, MetaPlanet, adopting the biddy. Quoting them here, the firm dubbed Japanese MicroStrategy lost 98% of its share price from 2006 before announcing Bitcoin treasury strategy. And then since then, they've pumped 500%. So if you want to save your company, Adopt the Bitcoin. Be smart. Pull a Mikey Saylor. Look at what they're doing. MicroStrategy, Metaplanet, and yet another one bites the dust. So you already know. Let's talk about firing Gary Gensler, shall we? Headline reads, no apology can undo the damage Gary Gensler has caused, according to Tyler Winklevoss. That's right. Crypto exchange Gemini co-founder Tyler claims that the damage caused by the U.S. SEC chairman Gary Gensler to the crypto industry is irreversible, as speculation mounts that Gary may resign. That's the word on the street. Let's all be clear. One thing, Gary Gensler is evil. Preach. And he made a very awesome post. I think it's worthy I read you the whole thing. Here's what Winklevoss had to share. Let's be clear on one thing. Gary Gensler is evil. Couldn't agree more. And respect for him tagging him in the post, even cooler. He should never again have a position of influence, power, or consequence. Any company, university, or organization that hires or works with him post-SEC is betraying the crypto industry and should be boycotted aggressively. This is the only way to prevent this kind of misuse of government power from happening again in the future. Gensler's behavior can't be explained away as a good faith mistake. It was entirely thought out, intentional, purposeful to fulfill his personal political agenda at any cost, even if this meant nuking an industry, tens of thousands of jobs, people's livelihoods, billions of invested capital, and more. Ironically, his sociopathic ambition ended up torching his own political party. Preach. The amount of apology, no amount of apology, can undo the damage he has done to our industry and our frickin' country. This type of person has no place in any institution, big or small. Americans have to have enough of their tax dollars going towards a government that is supposed to protect them, but instead is wielded against them by politicians looking to advance their careers. It's time for this pathology to be stopped once and for all. Onwards. I mean, great rant there by Winklevoss. Couldn't agree more. I know he's scum. I know Gensler is evil, and there should be consequences for what he did to the industry, crippling it over the past 4 years with overreaching. And I'm so happy there's currently 18 states in the U.S. currently suing Gary and the SEC for their overreach. Let me know if you agree with that. Winklevoss claimed Gensler's behavior cannot be excused as good faith mistakes. That's right. It has nothing to do with incompetence, as some people like to write it off as. It's called criminal, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. Now, during Gensler's time as the SEC chair, crypto firms like Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, Ripple, amongst others, have faced ongoing legal battles. Hence, Winklevoss twins hate this guy. Even if this meant nuking an industry, as I just shared, I'm not going to re-quote him again, but echoing a similar sentiment, Consensus CEO Joseph Lubin shared, "We've been living in a gaslit world for a long time, generously gaslit by the SEC." That's right. MicroStrategy founder Saylor believes whoever takes Gensler's job has most pivotal role in the crypto industry. My question is, who do you think will take that job? Quoting Saylor, "I think this is incredibly bullish for digital assets." Apparently, there's a legal chief guy, Dan Gallagher, who's currently the Trump's team frontrunner to replace Gensler. Let me know if you heard of Dan Gallagher. I know nothing about him. Meanwhile, November 18th, 18 U.S. states filed a lawsuit against Gensler, as we covered in yesterday's pod. If you missed it, be sure to check it out, accusing the financial regulator of gross government overreach, precisely what they're been doing against the nascent crypto industry, trying to ultimately suppress it. The plaintiffs include Nebraska, Tennessee, Wyoming, Kentucky, West Virginia, Iowa, Texas, Mississippi, Ohio, Montana, and others. And hopefully all the rest of the states, including some territories, can add to the lawsuit, including Puerto Rico. Why not? But there you have it, yo. What are your thoughts with Tyler Winklevoss venting against the current chairman of the SEC? And do you think Gary will tuck his tail between his legs and gracefully resign before Trump has the opportunity to say, "You're fired, Gary. Now go home and get your shine box, brother"? Let me know your thoughts. And let's discuss this 100K target in play, according to Michael Saylor. And then we'll discuss a 1.5 million target, Bitcoin soaring 1,600%, reaching Cathie Wood of ARK Invest's target, especially with Trump at the helm. And then we'll dive into some live Q&A and play some new music. And welcome, everybody. So yeah, headline reads, 100K Bitcoin incoming, according to MicroStrategy co-founder Mikey Saylor. Here's the timeline, yo. In a CNBC interview, Saylor says Bitcoin is heading to a six-figure price over the coming days and weeks. Thank you, Captain Obvious. As if we couldn't figure that out on our own. But I digress. Here's what Saylor said. "I don't think it's going to 60 Gs. It is not going to 30 Gs. I think it is going to go up from here. I'm planning a 100K party. Welcome to the club, Mikey. And I am thinking it's probably going to be New Year's Eve at my house. So I would be surprised if we don't get through 100,000 in November or December. Could happen any day now. Can happen today. Anything is possible with the biddy. We're just a God candle away. 10 G's, baby. Less than 10 G's at the time of this recording live stream. And according to the co-founder of the largest corporate hodler of the biddy, the election of Trump as the 47th U.S. pres will be positive for the crypto industry. Quoting him here, I think this is incredibly bullish for the digital assets. It is very good for the crypto industry. We're going to see a lot more pro-Bitcoin policies. We are going to see digital asset framework. Goodbye, no Claire Gare. We're going to see the end to the war on crypto. Goodbye, Senator Warren. We're going to see a lot of the pro-business policies. And on the possibility of the U.S. adopting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, here's what Mikey Saylor had to say. The next great frontier is cyberspace. And the obvious thing to do is to own cyberspace by the future. And so I think it is a great idea. I think it'll happen. And I think it's important for the United States because it cements the United States' control over the future world reserve capital network. I think it's economically wise. It's technically wise. And again, Bitcoin is manifest destiny for the United States of America. And to watch the entire interview with Mikey Saylor, the Giga Chad, on CNBC, check the show notes below the video in the description. And let me know if you agree or disagree. When is 100K coming? Is it in play today? Will it be this week? Will it be this month? Q4? Or will it not be till 2025? Holla at your boy. Now for our feature story of the day. 1,600% Bitcoin explosion incoming in the bull scenario, according to ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood. And check it out. Even the bear scenario or the base scenario, 600% price jump. Bull, 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 bull. So let's break down the latest from ARK Invest CEO, the one and only Cathie Wood. That's right. She remains on track to hit a massive price target in about 5 years. By the year 2030, that would be. In a new interview on CNBC Squawk Box, Cathie says that the ARK Invest believes Bitcoin will reach more than $500,000 by 2030 and over 600% gain from the current value. And this is the base case. Quoting her here, we have a 2030 target. In our base case, it's around 650 Gs. And our bull case is between 1 million and 1.5 million. I already ran the math, and that's ultimately 1,600% increase from here. Now remember, we were the first public asset manager to gain exposure to Bitcoin in 2015 at $250. And we are still at 90 Gs. I think we have a long way to go. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of that bullishness. We've even heard Cathie Wood share targets of 2.8 million in a bull scenario. So anything is possible here. Very, very big numbers, but very doable at the same point. Wood says the bullish catalyst for the biddy to surge in value include the expected regulatory clarity from the incoming pro-crypto U.S. President Trump. We call it the Trump pump. Now pump it up. As well as increased adoption by traditional finance, TradFi. She also believes the declining inflation rate may lead to big rallies. Quoting her again, Cathie says, why? Well, first of all, we're getting regulatory relief here. And I think that's one of the most important things coming out of the administration. We will get regulatory relief on all kinds of innovation, including healthcare. So the other thing is we're looking at Bitcoin now being viewed as a new asset class. It is not just a global monetary system, it's a new asset class. And what that means is institutions and asset allocators generally are saying, wait a minute, this asset is behaving differently. From all of our different other assets, we need to include it. So I think that's the next big move. Wow, I just heard some massive thunder. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but whoa, just shocked me a little. If you look at the years where the Bitcoin has halved and the inflation rate has gone down to 0.9%, it's usually had a nice big move. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Cathie Wood base case of 600 Gs, the bull scenario of 1.5 million by 2030. And to watch the recent interview she did on CNBC Squawk Box, check the show notes below the video in the description. And there you have it, yo. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. What's crack-a-lackin', family? I ate 3 of my roommate. Yo, I heard a rumor that Mike Tyson ate some mushrooms before that fight last night. I don't know if it's accurate. I haven't verified it, but saw the rumors circulating. I found that interesting. Yeah, welcome, family. Let's blow this stream up. We've been going for the past hour. I just finished the news. Now I'm going to read the comments. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. We're still live on X Rumble and YouTube. 1,600 people here between the three platforms we're streaming. Bitcoin ready to make a next leg up in just a matter of time. Let's freaking go. 100K in play. Send it. Cheers.